Imagination is more important than knowledge. Albert Einstein, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The only source of knowledge is experience. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Creativity is contagious. Pass it on. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. The only real valuable thing is intuition. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. A person who is religiously enlightened appears to me to be one who has, to the best of his ability, liberated himself from the fetters of his selfish desires, and is preoccupied with thoughts, feelings, and aspirations to which he clings because of their superpersonal value. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives, and not in what he is able to receive. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulate the creative mind to raise new questions, new possibilities. To regard old problems from a new angle requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. The important matter is not to stop questioning. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. The person who reads too much and uses his brain too little will fall into lazy habits of thinking. Reading, after a certain age, diverts the mind too much from its creative pursuits. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. The value of a college education is not the person who reads too much and uses his brain too little will fall into lazy habits of thinking. Reading, after a certain age. I am a deeply religious non-believer. This is a somewhat new kind of religion. We act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements of life, when all that we need to make us happy is something to be enthusiastic about. I do not believe that civilization will be wiped out in a war fought with the atomic bomb. Perhaps 2/3 of the people of the earth will be killed. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. The release of atomic energy has not created a new problem. It has merely made more urgent the necessity of solving an existing one. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. You ask me if I keep a notebook to record my great ideas. I've only ever had one. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Heroism uncommon.